So I hope that you have seen the questions. These questions were from analog communication. So this analog communication is a very important subject, especially for competitive examinations. So through this MCQ series or through these MCQ videos, we are actually preparing for the competitive examinations which are going to come for BL, EAT, that is Engineering Assistant Trainee, BARC Stipendary Trainee, ISR Technical Assistant. A lot of locations is recruiting for ISR Technical Assistants. So these examinations are going to happen very soon. So we are going to prepare for this competitive examinations. Okay. So the questions were from analog communication, and we are going to see the solutions one by one. Also, you'll be seeing the questions on board while I'm explaining the answer. Okay. So the first question is, so these questions mostly I've tried to include some numerical questions from the power area and all. Okay, because this area is very important. So the first question is, calculate the power in each sideband if the power of the carrier wave is 176 watt and there is 60% of modulation in amplitude modulated signal. Okay. So the question is saying that the power of carrier or PC is equal to 176 watts, and modulation index they have given M in percentages, 60 percentage, but we cannot use the 60 percentage. We have to convert that to a normal decimal number. Okay, so 60 percentage means 60 by 100, right? So it is zero point 0.6. So you have to take it as 0.6, not 60. Don't confuse it. Don't take it wrong. It is 0.6. Okay. Now we need to find what is the power in each side band. So the total power of side bands is M square PC by 2. Total power of both the side bands. Now if you take it as individually, then it is M square PC by 4. Okay. So the equation you have to use is, this is the total power on both the side bands. Okay, don't get confused. This is the total power on both the side bands. If you are taking here, the question is asking, clearly read the question. Okay. Calculate power in each sideband. Means we have to find the power in individual sideband. So you have to use this equation, M square PC by 4. Okay. I won't write both the equations. So this is M square PC by 4. This equation you have to use. Directly substitute and find the value. Because we have both the variables, right? So it is 0.6 square into 176. 176 by 4. Now on solving, you'll be getting it as 15.84 watts. Correct answer is option D is the correct answer. Okay. So simply you should know this equation, M square PC by 4. Then you can find the solution. Next question. So there are some very important equations in this subject you should be knowing as by heart. Because at the exam hall you don't have time to derive the equations and all, so you should study these equations by heart. And for that I have done a separate formula revision video on analog communication that is given in the analog communication playlist. Okay, in the beginning itself I have given that video. Next question, for 100% modulation, power in each sideband is dash of the carrier. So here you need to find the relation between the power on sidebands and the power of the carrier. Again, the same relation you have to use, that is M square PC by 4. This relation you have to use. Okay. Here, 100% modulation means 100 by 100. So, M is equal to 1. Right. So, power in each side bands, that is P LSB is equal to P USB is equal to M square PC by 4, right? So M square PC means it is 1. 1 by 4. 1 by 4 is 0.25, right? That is 0.25 of PC. This is the relation which we are getting. That is power in lower side band is equal to power in upper side band is equal to 0.25 of PC. 0.25 of your carrier power. 0.25, if you see the options, it is not given in point or in decimal numbers. You have to find the percentage. So 0.25 is 0.25 into 100, which is equal to 25 percentage. Okay. Correct answer is option D. Again, the question was from the similar area, but was a different type of a question. Okay, you need to find the percentage of power in the side bands that are lower and upper side bands in terms of your carrier power. So you have to use again this relation, but you do it in a different way. Okay, correct answer is option D. Next question. That is the third question. For 100% modulation, total power is dash. Same as the power of unmodulated signal, twice as the power of unmodulated signal, 4 times the power of unmodulated signal, 1.5 times the power of unmodulated signal. Okay. So the relation you have to use here is total power equation you have to use. Total power PT is equal to PC into 1 plus m square by 2. Where PT is the total power, PC is the carrier power, m is the modulation index. So in order to find the total power, this is the relation which you have to use. And this is trust me, this equation, if you study by heart, at least you will get 2 or 3 questions. Okay. So this equation is a very important equation. PT is equal to PC into 1 plus m square by 2. Now you have to find the relation between unmodulated signal. Unmodulated signal means it is a carrier signal or the carrier wave. How much times it is the power is. That is total power in terms of unmodulated power. Okay. Here m is again 1. 100% means m is 1. So 1 plus 1 by 2 is 1 plus 0.5. Right. That is 1.5. 1.5. So the relation you are getting is total power is equal to 1.5 times the unmodulated signal power or the carrier wave power. Right. So from the options, option D is the correct one. 1.5 times, that is 1.5 times power of unmodulated signal. So the question is, for 100% modulation, the total 100% modulation means m is equal to 100%, that is equal to 1. Right. So this is the condition we are taking. And in this case, total power is equal to 1.5 times the unmodulated wave's power, that is a carrier power. Okay. Correct answer is option D. Okay. Next question. Fourth question is, an AM signal is represented by x of t equal to 30 plus 2 sine 700 pi t cos 2 pi into 10 raised to 2 t. So general equation is x of t is equal to AC plus cos 2 pi fm t into cos 2 pi fct. This is the general equation of an. And also there is one more term here. So there is a AC plus AM term. Okay. The amplitude of the modulating signal also you have to add. That is directly the modulating signal you are adding in the amplitude section of your carrier wave. So this is the carrier wave which is getting modulated. And clearly you can see in amplitude modulation, the amplitude of the carrier wave, this part is the amplitude, right? So this part, that is the amplitude of the carrier wave is getting modulated. And this AM cos 2 pi fmt is nothing but your modulating signal. Okay, so we are not actually dealing with the theory part, we are dealing with the questions. So the question is, so an AM wave is given to you. Okay, you can see the term, that is the expression of AM wave in the question. This is the general term. Carrier power of the wave is dash. You need to find the carrier power. Okay, how will you find the carrier power if a AM equation is given to you? The relation is carrier power PC is equal to AC square by 2. So from the expression which is given to you, you have to take, that is you have to pick out each terms by comparing with the general equation. So I have written the general equation for you, AC plus AM cos 2 pi fmt into cos 2 pi fct. Sometimes it will be given in the more reduced form, then you have to multiply this cos 2 pi fct inside the bracket and you have to open it. Okay, and find the reduced form. Okay, so please do watch the video on the amplitude modulation. There is a separate playlist actually created for analog communication. So, PC, carrier power is equal to AC square by 2, right? Now, you just have to take AC term value from the given equation. On comparing, you will be getting AC is equal to 30. Okay, from the question, you will get AC is equal to 30. So, that is 30 into 30 by 2. And you will be getting it is 450 watts is the carrier power. Correct answer is option C. So, for solving this question, you should know this equation. Okay. AC plus AM cos 2 pi FMT into, that is whole into cos 2 pi FCT. Here correct answer is option C. Okay. Next question. Next question is the fifth question. So the question is, what is the bandwidth of that is bandwidth required in a SSB signal? Okay. So if it is a normal AM signal, then it will be the case. There will be lower side band, then there will be carrier, then there is upper side band. Okay. So this is the case for a normal AM wave. But SSB means it is having only single side band. It can be either lower one or it can be either higher one. So for this case, that is if you have both the carriers, you will be having a bandwidth equal to twice the FM. That is the modulating signal frequency. But since it is having only one side band, it will be half of the bandwidth of your original AM. So it will be 2 FM by 2, which will be equal to FM. Okay. So for your single sideband, you will be having either LSB or USB. You can actually choose one. Some mode SSB having, some SSBs are having upper sideband, some SSBs are having lower sideband. So either case, they are only having one sideband. So bandwidth is also half. Okay. Correct answer is FM. Option A is the correct answer. Okay. Next question. Next question is from super heterodyne receiver. We have done a separate video on super heterodyne receiver. Simple explanation. So the sixth question is, what is the function of an RF mixer? A, addition of two signals. B, multiplication of two signals. C, subtraction of two signals. D, to reduce the amount of noise. So RF mixer, it will be actually translating the frequencies by combining the signals, that is by multiplying the two signals. So mixer. So generally what we do is we give the input RF waveform and local oscillator frequency or the local oscillator wave to a mixer, and it will multiply both the signals. Okay. So the process happening is multiplication. Correct answer is option B. So please do watch the video on the super heterodyne receivers. Okay. You will get a very clear idea in very less amount of time. Here the correct answer is B, multiplication of two signals. Next, seventh question. Seventh question is, find the total power if the carrier of an AM transmitter is 800 watts. It is to be modulated 50%. Okay, directly you have to use a relation. PT is equal to PC into 1 plus M square by 2. You are being given the PC value equal to 800. M value is given to you in percentage. That is 50% means 0.5. So both the values are given, right? Just substitute and find the value. PC you have to substitute it as 800 and M is 0.5. So on substituting you will be getting PT, total power is equal to 900 watts. Correct answer is option D. Next question. The eighth question and the last question. Aliasing refers to dash. A, sampling of signals less than Nyquist rate. B, sampling of signals at Nyquist rate. Sampling of signals greater than Nyquist rate. D, unsampled the original signal. So when you are sampling the signal below the Nyquist rate, you cannot reconstruct your original signals, right? So the sampling of signals below Nyquist is called aliasing. Correct answer is option A is the correct answer. Okay. So in this video, we have actually seen some questions from analog communication. I'm really hoping that you found the video useful. If yes, please do give it a thumbs up. Also share it with your friends. And if you want more videos, please do subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching and keep on watching.